hickory smoked pulled pork shoulder. This is Big Time BBQ. Hey, welcome back to Big Time BBQ. I'm Ryan Wrigley. Today we're up early at the Big Time BBQ outdoor kitchen because we're doing a whole pork shoulder. This guy, we're going to put him for about 8 hours on the smoker, get him nice and tender for some pulled pork sandwiches later this afternoon. We're using some hickory and some peach wood today and our all-American barbecue rub. It's going to be a great day. Let's do it. So we're keeping it simple with this pork shoulder today. We're going to use a binder, some yellow mustard for that, and the Big Time all-American rub. Let's get started. So we're going to take this pork shoulder here, and I like to do it on both the fat side and the meat side. And we're just going to go ahead and put a little yellow mustard on this guy. Now the yellow mustard isn't going to do much as far as flavor is concerned. That vinegar actually will help you break down the meat on this guy a little bit though too, so he won't be too terrible. Put a little mustard on him, rub him around the side too. We're going to go ahead and actually take the glove off on this one. Big Time BBQ all-American rub. Keep your eyes out for this guy. It's going to be available to you soon. We're going to let that meat soak up that barbecue rub. This is a great rub for everything. It's all-American. It's got some pieces of Kansas City, some Memphis in it, even a little black pepper for those people down in Texas that are barbecue purists. But when you're running pork like this, you got to have some sugar in your rub. So we're going to go ahead and use the all-American rub today. Got a lot more of those coming out too. Give them a flip. We're going to cook this pork shoulder meat side down today. I'm sorry, fat side down today. We're going with fat side down. And there's a lot of differing theories on why people do this. But I prefer when I'm doing it on my Kamado smoker, because the heat is from below, to go ahead and render that fat below. This guy is already going to be tender enough sitting on the Kamado smoker for over 8 hours. He's about 8.3 pounds is what he is. And so low and slow, 250 degrees. It won't get too brittle, it won't get too hard. A lot of guys like to use the fat to kind of soften things up, base some of that flavor back into it as it rolls down and renders. Let's get this guy up on the end. Make sure that you're liberal with your rub here. This guy's going to be where he gets that bark during the smoke phase. And don't forget the back. A lot of guys use Boston butts for pulled pork, and we do too here at Big Time BBQ. We love a good Boston butt, but honestly, we got this pork shoulder today because he was on sale. And so he's about 8 pounds. He'll be good for the 5 of us later this afternoon. A little more on top. Don't be afraid if you see some yellow mustard, it's okay. Let this guy sit for about 15 minutes. We'll get the grill fired up. So for our grill setup today, we're using Kamado Joe. We're gonna go ahead, and I've already put in some Missouri hardwoods, some Blues Hog Lump charcoal. These big pieces that you get in this bag, look at this stuff, that's awesome. This is great for a slow smoke today. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my wax starter cubes. I'm gonna put them right in the center, 2 of them together. And then I'm gonna kind of pile up around it, get one started. There we go. Get the other started. Perfect. I'm going to take my big pieces and I'm just going to kind of lay them in there and get started. Kind of in a little tripod here. Because when we're doing low and slow smoke like this on Kamado Joe, you want the fire to start in the center and then move out. So we'll let this guy get hot for about 15-20 minutes. Come back, throw the diverter shield in him. Some good hickory and peach wood. So we've been going for about 15 minutes now. We're gonna go ahead and spread this fire out. Just push him down like that. See that you got these nice Missouri hardwoods. They're hot in the center. They're still not going out on the outsides of the grill. So I like to arrange my wood chunks to where the fire spreads out and hits a new piece of wood. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do what's right. Put one right in the center, get him going. Put a nice big chunk out here on the outside, maybe one back here. Don't forget about this peach wood. Stick him in there too. Give it another 5 minutes and we'll get this pork shoulder on the grill. Okay, our grill's almost up to temperature, so we're gonna go ahead and put in our ceramic diverters. We're cooking this on indirect heat today. I love these half-moon diverters from Kamado Joe. Sit them in there nice and flat. Go ahead and put our grill grates. We're gonna put them on the top section today for our pork shoulder. All right, here we go. We got some smoke rolling, 250 degrees for low and slow. Kamado Joe is ready to go. Just to have it, I always burp the Kamado. Look at that hickory smoke. Get this guy right there in the center. Put him on the grill. Take the glove off so I don't get the crud all over the handle. Close him down. I'm gonna set the daisy wheel to about half open on top. I'm gonna set it to about 1 inch on the bottom. Let him get happy. Okay, it's been about 3 hours that our pork shoulder's been on the grill, and about this time I like to put the meat thermometer in. So this is the first time we've opened it in about 3 hours. And you can see we're already getting some nice color on this pork shoulder. I like to take a little bit of the rub and just throw it in some of the splits that have shown up. Got that smell of that nice hickory and that peach wood. Honestly, he doesn't need a lot. Just make sure you take your ThermalWorks dot. That's what we're using today. I love the dot and the lime green color. We're gonna go ahead and just stick him right on the inside. Already coming up to about 133 degrees after 3 hours. That's pretty good. We want to run this butt to about 160 degrees. Once that 160 is reached, he's not going to take any more smoke. Then we'll take him in, wrap him up in foil, put him right back on the grill. Okay, the ThermalWorks dot's going off and it's 160 degrees. It means it's time to wrap the butt. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this pork shoulder out. You can see that good color he's got. Remove our meat thermometer for the moment. We're just take this guy off right to some aluminum foil, and you can see he's already starting to fall apart on the bottom. Grab him, set him here. We're gonna wrap him up in some aluminum foil. Put him back on the grill for the last 40 degrees of this cook. The reason why we're going to do that is because he's taken all the smoke he's going to take. And now it's about retaining that moisture, giving it steam so that rub flavor gets down in the meat. You get nice and moist pork, pulled pork. Back on the grill. One thing I recommend is go ahead and stick this back through. Make sure not to hit the hit the bone in there. Verify it by the temperature when it comes up. 156 or so. That's close enough. Go ahead and set the alarm all the way back up to about 200 degrees. Put him back in his happy place. Okay, the ThermalWorks dot has hit 200 degrees, which means this pork shoulder's done. We're gonna go ahead and pull him off. Pull that probe out of there so he's not dinging the entire video. Pick him up right off the top, being careful. And now it's time to let him rest. So we're gonna just go ahead and put him down here in a dry cooler and shut the cooler up and let him sit for about 1.5 hours. And that'll let those juices that have rendered out suck back into that meat. And by the time we shred him, it's gonna be awesome. All right, this pork shoulder's been resting for about 1 hour and 45 minutes, and that's all I can take. Let's get in and start shredding. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back and dig him out of this foil pack. We have not opened it since we wrapped it. Oh my God, look at that color. And look at all that juice. Unbelievable. I'm gonna take the gloves off for this part, get in with a couple of forks. Here's the ultimate test. Oh, look at that color from that wood, from that smoke. And now, the most important part is the taste test. We got a special guest. Joe, my father-in-law, happy Father's Day. Come in here and get a bite of that. Pork shoulder. Yeah? You all about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you what. Moist pork shoulder. Put that with a little barbecue sauce here in a minute. Here's the key though. When it comes down to pulled pork, it's all about this bone pull. Ready? Look at this. Now that's a clean bone pull right there. Hey, if you like what we're doing, subscribe to our channel. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We're gonna be doing this kind of stuff all year long. We're looking forward to a great summer, great fall here on Big Time BBQ. Check us out.